Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In previous tutorial we have completed installation setup and started data pre-processing. In data pre-processing first we have imported the dataset. Then we have created this variable training data. And after that we have created one more variable training set. So this is the data on which we are going to train our RNN network. And after that we have applied feature scaling. Now we will create a data structure with 60 time steps and one output. Let us understand this first. So here we are creating a data structure with 60 time steps. 60 time steps is the training data for our RNN network, and on the basis of these 60 time steps one output will be predicted. Now define two empty lists. First one is the X train and second one is Y train. We will append the data in these two empty lists, X train and Y train. Now use the for loop. For I in range, as we have discussed, RNN network is going to predict one output on the basis of previous 60 stock prices. So these 60 time steps is the past information for RNN to learn and understand the correlations. And on the basis of that understanding, our network will predict the output. Specify lower bound is equal to 60. Now we have to define the upper bound. Scroll up. So there are total 1257 entries in our dataset from index location 0 to 1256. So we have to select all these observations from index 0 to index 1256. So specify upper bound is equal to 1257 because upper bound is excluded in Python. Now type xtrain dot append. In xtrain we will append 60 time steps for each output. Training set scaled. First we have to specify the lower bound, that is I minus 60, and upper bound is I, comma 0. Let us understand this. In training set, we have to select 60 time steps for one output. So I minus 60. Suppose I is equal to 60. This one, lower bound. That means 60 minus 60, 0. Lower bound is 0. And upper bound is 60. In Python programming, upper bound is excluded, 0 to 60. So it will select from index 0 to 59, total 60 values for one output. And 0 is the column index, as there is only one column. Now type ytrain dot append training set scaled. In training set we will select actual output, that is I, comma 0. Let us understand this again. Here we have to create a data structure with 60 time steps for one output. So these are the 60 time steps and this is one output. Suppose I is equal to 60. 60 minus 60, 0. Index location 0 to 60. That means 0 to 59 will be selected. Total 60 values in X train. And in Y train, I, that is 60. So for these 60 values, this one output. Now X train and Y train are the lists. We have to convert these lists into NumPy array. Let us do it. Type X train, comma Y train is equal to np.array xtrain comma np dot array ytrain. That's it. So here we are converting these two lists xtrain and ytrain into numpy array. I will note down here. Converting xtrain and ytrain into numpy array. Great. So here we have successfully created xtrain and ytrain, that is data structure with 60 time steps, that is xtrain and one output, and at the end we have converted these two lists into numpy array. Now execute. Great. Check the xtrain. So there are 60 values in first observation, this one, from index 0 to 59. Similarly, there are 60 values in second observation, from index 1 to 60. In first observation index 0 to 59, in second observation from index 1 to 60, in third observation from index 2 to 61, and so on. So this is our data structure. Similarly, we can check ytrain, type ytrain, execute. So these are the outputs. So we will train our model on xtrain and ytrain, data in xtrain and output in ytrain. With this data and this output, our model will learn the correlations. Now check the shape, type xtrain dot shape, execute. There are total 1197 observations and 60 columns. We have to reshape this data set. Reshaping the data set, because RNN network will take input in the form of 3 dimensions. Type xtrain is equal to xtrain dot reshape. First dimension is 1197, second dimension is 60, and third dimension is 1. Let us understand this. 1197 is the batch size, that is total number of observations. Then 60 is number of time steps, that is total number of columns. And 1 is the predictor, that is indicator, or we can say 1 Google stock price. Now execute. Great. Check the shape again. Copy, paste, execute. Now it is in 3 dimensions. So this tutorial ends here. Let us revise. After installation setup, we have started data pre-processing. First we have imported the data set. And this is the actual data set on which we are going to train RNN network. After that we have applied feature scaling. And then we have created a data structure with 60 time steps and 1 output. And at the end we reshaped the data set. So this tutorial ends here. I will see you in the next tutorial. Till then, happy learning.